James Bond 25, Daniel Craig last 007 movie looks set to start Marvel-style shared universe. James Bond 25, Daniel Craig's last 007 movie, looks set to start a Marvel-style shared film and TV universe following recent developments in alleged leaks. First came the Ian Fleming novels, then the half-century-spanning movie series. But is James Bond about to evolve further into the modern world of shared movie universes a la Marvel, DC and Star Wars? It certainly looks that way, and there's evidence that Craig's final 007 movie will be the catalyst that sets up the Bond expanded universe. The first whiff of this arrived in June 2017 when the tracking board's Jeff Snyder claimed he'd heard Bond producers were exploring the idea. The writer for the Hollywood Insider website tweeted, "I've heard the Broccolis have caught universe fever and would love to explore other corners of the Bond franchise, simultaneously." He also claimed that Daniel Craig would return, adding, "I've heard he's coming back, but I guess we'll see." Well, he was certainly right there. Then in September last year, news arrived that digital giants Apple and Amazon had entered the race to buy MGM and the Bond rights, with it a deal that to this day isn't finalized. From sources, The Hollywood Reporter reckoned that Apple wanted to acquire full ownership to exploit Bond's largely unmined TV potential. One insider said, "In the world of Lucasfilm and Marvel, Bond feels really underdeveloped." And lastly, the latest alleged plot leak for Bond 25 claims 007 will mentor a young female MI6 agent, a role Lily James is rumored to have auditioned for. Supposedly a CO star rather than a love interest, this claim would tie in with Craig and Boyle's recent comments on a more progressive handling of the franchise's female characters. And with Bond 25 allegedly being compared to Hugh Jackman's Logan, our bet is the film will set up this female agent for a set of spin-off films or a TV series. This would be an excellent way of testing the potential of a shared universe while also being the answer to calls for a female Bond without actually going the whole hog of gender-swapping 007 himself. And as this is Craig's last film in the franchise, it wouldn't be far-fetched to assume his incarnation will kick the bucket, only to hand on the baton to his female apprentice. The character then wouldn't be overshadowed and fill the gap for fans until Bond is rebooted again. It's certainly not the first time 007 producers have considered this, having almost created solo spin-offs for two former Bond girls. The idea was first considered in 1997 following the release of Pierce Brosnan's Tomorrow Never Dies. His CO star Michelle Yeoh, who played Wei Lin, a spy for the Chinese Secret Service, almost had her own movie. When that didn't work out, producers tried to get her back for Brosnan's final 007 movie, 2002's Die Another Day, but the Malaysian star wasn't able to reprise her role due to scheduling conflicts. Instead, Halle Berry was cast as NSA agent Jinx, who almost had her own solo movie too. According to Variety, Bond screenwriters Neil Purvis and Robert Wade were hired to write the script and Stephen Frears was set to direct. However, MGM pulled the plug, apparently due to creative differences. But perhaps third time's the charm will work here after Craig bows out in Bond 25? James Bond 25 is set for release in November 2019.